Alright guys, so like Pop said in our previous video, this week we didn't get to put any requests up for the bubblegum machine. So we each are picking a song that we're requesting for the others to react to. If you've watched previously, I requested a Five Finger Death Punch song and it got torched. That's where the whole whiny thing started, which caused a whole other spiral. I'm not happy, Bob. But I had also talked to Pop, and there's a song called Bad Company. I know you know that song,
yes,
Bad Company.
I love the song.
Have you ever heard this?
I love the
original
band.
Bad song? Why can't I think of it right
Paul
now?
Rogers came out in the 70s.
Yeah.
Bad Company was the name of the band.
Yeah. And the song itself is
I feel like I've heard Bad Company, the word, like as a musical standpoint, but I couldn't tell you if I've heard it.
This is a classic rock song. I'm sure you've heard it
sure I have,
somewhere. Five Finger Death Punch did this as a remake.
No, I wasn't aware of that. I'll be interested to see what this does sound like.
So I like it, but given that you guys trash all my newer rock stuff, it could be hit or miss. So help me out, guys, just in case. But that's pretty much all I got before I start.
All right, let's get into it. Let's see what we got. What are you doing?
CJ.
You are tripping. And you left it on there. Oh my goodness. I bring these things for you.
We gotta eject.
You're ejected.
Little commie.
Oh, it's got a
Company, always on the run. A destiny, oh, it's a rising sun. I was born, a shotgun in my hands. Behind the gun, I'll make my final stand. Yeah, and that's why they call me Bad Company. I can't deny. Bad Company till the day I die.
Is that SP out there? Like,
Yeah.
diving with like a freaking 9mm.
Yeah, they're super supportive of like the armed forces stuff. A lot of their videos have a lot of stuff to do with that.
Rebel souls, deserters we've been called. Chose a gun and threw away the sun. Now these towns, well, they all know our name. The Death Punch sound is our claim to fame. And that's why they call me Bad Company. I can't deny.
So what are we thinking so far? We're about halfway through. Young Lion?
I want to say I have heard this before.
Like the
It's-
original?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or, I mean, one of them. Because it sounds really familiar.
Hmm.
I couldn't tell you where I've heard it, though. Thus far, though, I think they're doing pretty good. I feel like it's a better song than the other one.
I knew it.
Not that was,
Not
necessarily
that I
a high
can,
bar. You know what I mean?
yeah. But the
Make sure you do the eye roll.
the standards are rising for FFDP.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I know this song from Bad Company. It to me, it's not on the level of the original, which most covers aren't. But man, I love these. Unless you watch I'm on Fire, but evidently I was voted out on that one. But this, I mean, you can't. These lyrics are just. I mean, they just hit it and get it to me.
Yeah.
And then put it to the backdrop of like the war setting and all that with the our military
Iraq
folks.
tour.
Yeah, like yeah, man, I think it's pretty badass. So
So in Pop's terms, he's digging it.
I am digging.
I'm digging it.
So do you guys want to say anything else before we do?
No, go ahead. I'm ready to go.
Because you already know I like it.
Yeah,
so.
God.
That's cool. It's cool. Like that.
And that's why they call me Bad Company. I'm walking out. Bad Company. Today I die. Until the day 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 I die.
Oh, got the eagle.
Yo.
Oh, more POWs. Go ahead, young lion. Take it away.
Yeah, I think this song is pretty great. I think as Dad said down there, he said like the lyrics go pretty hard. I feel like I agree.
You got to hear the original now,
Yeah.
though. We got to do that.
Yeah, I definitely do
original's
need to hear
good.
the original so I can definitely compare the two, in a total of what I like more. But I think overall the song is pretty good.
We should probably do it next week since when we still got it kind of fresh in our mind. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah,
Or
I
well,
agree.
not next,
Yeah.
next week. But.
Next time.
But I think overall it's pretty great. I like the visual representations as well in the video.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely love how those. I didn't realize I'm not familiar with this band as we covered last time we covered them. I love anyone that supports the troops as a veteran and another veteran over here. So that right there just makes me feel better about the band right off the bat.
Yeah, yeah.
Which CJ said they do that quite a bit, evidently. The song itself, I mean, I'm familiar with Bad Company and the song Paul Rogers. I mean, they're not really holding the candle to Paul Rogers to me as far as
The song
his
itself,
voice. Yeah, I mean, it seemed much. I'd have to listen to it again because it has been years since I've heard the original. I used to listen to him all the time, and
They put their own sound to it.
well, of course they got to do their own little. Everyone does that, you know, and I'd have to listen to the original again. But it just, from what I remember, it just seemed there was like a vibe to that original with Paul Rogers. It just seemed a little bit darker and a little more on edge or whatever.
It's
Like
almost-
these.
Yeah, it's like a darker mellow.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. But yeah, these dudes going out there supporting the troops. And I love the lyrics, and it still wasn't that bad. It's just it ain't as good as the original, which most aren't. So I dig it. I like it. It's they definitely have, they've definitely come up a little bit from the first song we listened to from them. So
I am a Five Finger Death Punch fan. Like, I've listened to them since the beginning. I think there's a lot of songs that you guys would like. I picked the Remember Everything because of the lyrics, but I didn't take into account the whininess. And Pops is, whininess.
anti-whiny.
Yeah, he's anti-whiny. But it's
It's
not
on his front door.
consistent. It's not consistent.
I like Dana White.
You Dana White guy, I tell you. But yeah, Five Finger Death Punch is one of those bands that they're very supportive of the military. They're very 2A. But one thing I like about them is while they do support those, the things that keep us moving forward, they also speak out against things that aren't right. So they're very not just one side of the
way people should actually be.
yeah. Not like the comment section of Oliver Anthony.
Yeah.
But so I do like this song. If you've paid attention to anything that I've brought in, you already know where mine's gonna stand somewhere. So I was gonna let you guys rate first, or do you want me to go ahead and rate and then
I feel like it's fair that since you brought it, you should rate last.
rate last?
Last.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, I started. So I will start off with the rating with a strong 6.5.
Yeah, compared to what you gave it before.
That's pretty close to mine. I'm gonna give it a solid 7. I mean, just the lyrics are so badass, which I realize, you know, these guys didn't write it or whatever this cover, but just to actually cover the song and be out there for the troops. I mean, yeah.
Real shit.
So I've listened to the original and I've listened to this. This is an 8 for me. Now I'm not going to compare the lyrics because I've always said if it's the original band's lyrics, you can't really give it to them. But I like the sound. And if you don't like anything else about the song, I'm sorry, where he does that. That's why they call me, and then like that little drop.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're not feeling that,
He
then,
changed a couple words too, like he said,
Yeah.
where Paul Rogers said 6 gun and he said shotgun.
Yeah.
There's a few other little things. In there.
Yeah, so they definitely made it a little bit of their own. This is actually one of my personal favorite covers of most, because Pop said it best, like, covers are good, but there's rarely a time where you get a cover that's going to beat the original. Like Whitney Houston, I Will Always Love You is one of the few.
Yeah.
Because Dolly Parton, that song was good by Dolly Parton, but Whitney Houston made that song her own.
Or as we cover All Along the Watchtower.
Yeah,
with Jimmy
yeah.
Hendrix.
Like nobody even remembers the Bob Dylan version
Yep.
because it's Jimmy's.
Jimmy made it his own.
So I think that for it being a cover, I mean, I think we gave it pretty good scores.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Now, did you say do you like the original or do you like this one more?
I like the original. I mean,
More.
the original is a classic, so
Right,
I'd
sure.
have to give it an 8.5, a 9, something like that.
I was just wondering.
Because the lyrics itself, I mean, if you look at the lyrics are pretty good.
Oh yeah, lyrics are just awesome.
So,
But we do need, because it's been like Bad Company is like a little. It's kind of like Leonard Skinner, Bad Company, Led Zeppelin. These are like '70s bands, which are really before my time. But I grew up with my pops being a guitar player, and so I liked all this old music that was really even before my time. So I like the '70s. I'm very familiar with. I mean, I was cutting my teeth on Bad Company and Leonard Skinner and all those kind of '70s bands. So I mean, I listened to this all the time back in the day.
yeah. My dad is a huge classic rock person, so Leonard Skinner, Led Zeppelin, Kiss,
Yep.
Bad Company, all those bands. I've listened to them all when I was young, and I'm younger than Pop, so I've heard a lot of that stuff as well. So the Bad Company original was a badass, and I think this one is pretty good too. And I think our scores show that we all think it's at least above average. So
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
So let us know what y'all think.